Alrighty, welcome to our masterclass on Jira, and we'll see if we can cover Miro. This is free. This is in celebration of our first anniversary at SixDots, 24th of February, 2024. We launched SixDots after some sort of restructuring of Stacy and Lloyd. We moved the academy from Stacy and Lloyd to SixDots. So this is how we're going to go today. We'll start with onboarding tool. Thank you so much. So very much, my colleague Rebecca. She's been helping with the onboarding tool. There's a link that I put in the chat. Just fill that form. It's just your email address and whether you've been in this class before or an agile class before with SixDots or Stacy and Lloyd. Once you put in your Rebecca is going to add you for so that you can get a seat and then you can do all of the things that we're going to be doing today. Also check your spam in case the email goes into your spam. The email is, you're going to get an email from Atlassian. I received the message that I don't have access to Jira on. Let's try and see what we can do with that. So that's what we're going to do, and that's kind of like ongoing. While that is ongoing, we're going to move on to the next one to meet SixDots. Some of us are probably hearing about SixDots for the first time, so I want to use the opportunity to introduce SixDots to you. And then after that, straight up, we roll up our sleeves. This is where we get some work done, and then I have some things for you as part of the first year celebration. So what is SixDots? Well, the foundation of our company, of our organization, is from a scriptural verse that says, putting captivity into captivity, he gave gifts to men. To us, what that means is everybody is blessed, everybody is talented, everybody is gifted. On one hand, I do a lot of business analysis, I do a lot of process management. But the scripture says, he first put captivity into captivity. It means he first took care of anything that can hold you back. And then he gave gifts to men. He gave talents to men. He gave dreams to men. But then we came across this quote by someone that we all know. He says, the graveyard is the richest place on earth because it is there you will find all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled. And that's in direct contradiction to, what the scripture says. So we set up SixDots to change that. We set up SixDots to make people fulfill their career dreams and potential on earth. So we're solving just 3 problems. Just 3 problems. The first problem that we're solving is the problem of underutilization. There's so many of us that have so much potential career-wise, but we're not utilizing them for whatever reason. You are a business analyst right now, but you actually have the capacity, you actually have the capability, you actually have the potential to be the head of business analysis in your organization. You are currently, and no disrespect to folks who are in that line, you're currently in customer service right now, but you have the potential to do much more. So we want to use SixDots to solve that problem of underutilization. At times it's just some coaching here and there. At times it's just some mindset shift. At times it's just some additional courses that you need to take to be able to fully utilize your potential. So we want to solve that problem. The second problem that we want to solve is underrepresentation or underpresentation. I mean, I am Black, I am an immigrant. There is some positioning. There's some profiling that's been done because of your skin color, because of your accent. Oh, he's a black guy. He's from Africa. He's from India. Because you're brown, no, he's just going to be at the lower level. Let the other guys be at the higher level. So they are representing us. We want to change that. We want to make it so difficult for them to not put us where we belong, for them to not give us what we deserve. We want it to be so difficult. Like, how can you not make Shruti the team lead? Look at all the skills, look at all the experience, look at all the knowledge that Shruti has. Why is Shruti not? We want to make that underrepresentation difficult. We want to change that. And then the last thing that we want to change, the problem we're solving, is underachievement. Trust me, a lot of us are not achieving so much. And that's why we set up SixDots. So SixDots is really not about us. It's not about me. It's not about Becky. We have some personas. We have some people that we have created SixDots for. It's not about us. It's about that great achiever who is not currently living their fullest career dreams. They are a great achiever, but right now they're not living their fullest career dreams. These are the folks that we've created SixDots for. It's for that professional who every day wakes up and says, I shouldn't be here. I'm tired of my current state. It's because of this folks that we created SixDots. It's because of that potential leader. And I don't mean a leader with a title. That potential leader who is currently not leading, irrespective of where you are, irrespective of your position. Leadership without position. These are the people that we created SixDots for. SixDots is all about these people. It's about that fresh graduates, fresh out of uni, but they know that they deserve more. They know that they are made for more. It's about that inventor, that innovator, who is looking to grow their idea. These are the people that we created, we designed SixDots for. These are our personas. SixDots is all about those people. Now, what do we want to do? We want to do two things using 3 pillars. We want to empower and inspire them. I want to empower and inspire them with the mindset, the right thinking, the right belief system. We want to crush those limiting beliefs. That's the first pillar. So that we don't sound like all those motivational speakers. Yes, you can do it, but they're not equipping you to be able to do it. First, the mindset, and then the skill set, and then the tool set to become not more, but much more. Much more. So we created SixDots as a home where dreams are made and potentials are realized. So we call SixDots the home for growth and transformation. And we have one vision, just one vision. We have 2 target audience, professionals and entrepreneurs, the people who will change the world. We have 3 pillars, the mindsets, the skill sets, and the tool sets. We have 4 core values, 5 practices, and 6 guiding principles. What is it without track numbers? So this is what we have achieved. We've supported over 700 people to become PMP certified. And I'm saying over because at times folks get the certification and they don't come to inform you. Some people who are PMPs from our class are here. We've supported over 280 people to become Safe Scrum Master certified. We have some of them here in the class as well. We've supported over 400 people to become CBAP certified, over 100 for PSPO, over 170 for POPM, product owner, product manager, PSM, and then safe Agilist. We've been fortunate to impact folks from over 15 countries. The other time I had someone from Russia, and I was like, what? We've got some folks from Russia, from India, from Nigeria, from Canada, from the US, from Jamaica, from South Africa, from Ghana, from the UK. We've got folks, and all our classmates have got about 5-star rating. So our schools, we have 4 schools. We have the Agile school. In the Agile school, we have a couple of courses. Some folks have attended some of the courses here. Agile Immersion program, it's a 7-week, everyday, rigorous, intensive program. And then a couple of others like that. We also have CBAP in the business analysis school. We have the business analysis immersion program and a couple of that. Also, we have, the project management school, and then we have some cyber school. Some of the folks who have come from these organizations have attended our classes. This list actually needs to be updated. So that's pretty much, this is our big, hairy, audacious goal. We're working towards transforming and empowering 1 million individuals, professionals by 2030. And I'm going to take a pause on this right now, stop the recording, and check if everyone is fine before we proceed. Welcome to Jira. Our Jira Masterclass is part of our celebration of SixDots' first anniversary. We decided that, hey, let's do what we know, which is really individuals and professionals with the right skill set, the right mindset, and the right tool sets. And because of time, we're going to be doing Jira right now. Jira is owned by a company called Atlassian. They're based out of Australia, Melbourne, I do believe. The company owns Jira, Confluence. They recently bought Trello, Bitbucket, and a couple of other tools. Now, the tool started as an issue management application. If you are not talking or if your environment is busy, please just go on mute. Sorry. They started as an issue management, incident management tool. But then in the early 2000s, they realized that the adoption of Agile is growing. So they decided to refigure the tool based on the mindsets and the practices of Agile. Matter of fact, if you check online and reports, you will see that close to 60–70% of organizations that are practicing Agile in one way or the other are using Jira. Even organizations that are not practicing Agile, it's a very vibrant tool. So that's not about Atlassian. We're going to start with Jira right now. There are 2 instances of Jira. There is the on-cloud and there's the on-prem. On-cloud means you just need to have access and then you can access it anywhere, anytime, on any device. On-prem means you have to be on that organization's network for you to be able to access it. A lot of banks have on-prem because they don't want just anybody to get access. But we have, on cloud because we have folks who are from several places. We will start first with the layout, with the interface. Starting from the far left-hand side, you will see a Rubicon-like icon. This icon helps you to switch, to move, to transition between several apps within the Atlassian suite. For example, I'll click on this and you will see your apps. This is Jira, this is Confluence, this is Bitbucket, this is Trello, and also administration and a couple of others. These are all the apps, tools owned by Atlassian, and they are within the Atlassian suite. The same way we know Microsoft, and in Microsoft you have Word, you have Excel, you have PowerPoint, you have maybe Visio and all of those things. And depending on the license that you have, you can move from one to another. So that's the same here. To move is this Rubicon app. You see, it's showing your apps. In other places, it will say switch to. So that's the first one. The next you see is our logo here. Our logo. This logo is like home. Home. Anywhere you are on the tool, when you click on this logo, it brings you back to home. Now you have to assess what home means to you. For us, home is the dashboard, but don't worry about that. Next to that is your work. Your work. And your work has a drop down. If you click on your work, you will see three things. One, the work assigned to you, and the status and the type of those work. For example, these are the things assigned to me. This is a bug. These are the things that are in progress. These are the ones that are in PO review, the status. These are the ones that are in impediment and all. For you, you won't see anything if this is the first time ever that you're joining our organization, because you have not been assigned anything. For people like Mr. Sheol and Fisayomi, who've been part of our Agile Immersion program, for Lola Akins, you will see some things that were assigned to you when you took the class. After assigned to me, you see recent, the things that you recently worked on. So you see, I recently worked on this. The bots that you recently viewed. Again, for you, you won't see anything because you have not worked on anything. I mean, this is your day one in our company. You have not viewed anything because this is your day one in our company. And then your bots. After your work, you see projects. You see projects. When you click on projects, you see recent project. Again, this is because these are the projects that I recently worked on. And then you see view all projects. View all projects. You're probably going to see view all projects. When you click on view all projects, you see a long list of all the projects that we are currently working on or that we have worked on in this organization. The name of the project, the key, the unique identifier for the project, the type of project, the lead that you see here are the people who created those projects. Anyone that you see here are people who have been part of our training in the past and they've used this Jira tool or they work in our organization. And you can see scrolling down, you can see pagination. So this is showing 25 projects per instance. And then you can move to another page, you can move to another page, you can choose the page. You can actually search for a project here. Just click on search project. You don't necessarily have to remember the entire name of the project. Just remember a word from the project. And we'll do a filter for you. For example, I'm looking for a project that has food. I'm just going to type food. And it brings me all the projects with food word in the name. All things Niger food, Exundo Food Bank, Food Lovers, Food Strong, Food Excitement, and all of that. I say home, for example, home. Sorry, that's not good. And I see Elan Home, Homecoming, Quick Stay Home Rentals. So that's how you can search for projects. We'll come back to that. The next you see is filters. I'll skip filter for now, and then I'll come back later for filter. And then you see dashboards. Organizations have system default dashboard, but within teams, you can create your own dashboard, and individuals can also create their own dashboard. And you know what dashboard is? It's a bird's eye view of the different information that you want on a system. So you can create that dashboard for a project manager, for a scrum master, for a PO, for a lead, you can customize a dashboard to give you information. And you can use that dashboard as a reporting tool to senior leadership or senior management. For example, if I am an engineer, if I'm a BA, if I am whatever it is, and I belong to 2 or 3 teams, I'm working on 2 or 3 projects. Instead of me going into each project to see some information, I can create a dashboard and consolidate different information on those 3 projects. And by just looking at the dashboard, I know what's going on this project, what's going on this project, what's going on this project. And I can double click on one to see. For example, if you click on dashboard, you will see a list of all dashboards. I'm going to show you the default dashboard. So this is the default dashboard. This is the default dashboard, very boring dashboard. Welcome to the company, the projects that they have, and all of those things. That's default. But few folks have also created dashboard, and we're going to try and see if we can get to the dashboard here. Let me show you, for example, a dashboard, which B view. This is a slightly more interesting dashboard. It gives me data about different things. My view. The several other dashboards that you can see. For example, this is another dashboard created by other teams. So we're going to get to dashboard very soon. After dashboard, you see teams, and this is where we're going to start. Team. When you click on teams, you can see on my own your collaborators. For you, you won't see anything because you're new. This is your day 1. You haven't collaborated with anyone, so you won't see your collaborators. These are the people that I've collaborated with recently. Then you see your teams. Again, you won't see anything because you don't belong to any team yet. And then you see the last item, search people and teams. Search people and teams. For example, let me go here and just search Oluwaseun Lalaye. Oluwaseun Lalaye. You see, this is Oluwaseun Lalaye here. Let me search for Lola Akins. I'm calling my brothers, sorry. Lola Akins. You see, this is Lola Akins. This is Lola Akins' profile. This guy is really cute picture here. This is his role. This is the department that he belongs to. This is his company. This is, his location. This is the team that he belongs to. These are the teams that he belongs to, sorry. I'll search for one last person. Fisayomi. Fisayomi. This is Fisayomi. You can see Fisayomi is a Scrum Master in the product development department from Toronto, and this is Fisayomi's time zone. These are the 2 teams that Fisayomi belongs to. See, Fisayomi's got a picture here. He's got all the other things here. You probably don't have any of these things. Now let's go first and update your profile. That's the first thing that we want to do, update your profile. Let's move a little away from the left-hand side. Let's go to the right-hand side of the interface. On the right-hand side, you see search. Don't worry about that yet. After search, you see this bell icon. This bell icon is for notification. When people mention you, when people tag you, when people assign things to you on this tool, you will get an email, and you also get this notification. So right now, see, Adishala Joseph is requesting me to approve a product request because I am an admin. I'm not going to approve this. 4 weeks ago, Bumi requested access to this tool. So that's how you see all of these things. Then the one to the far right hand is your profile and setting. That's where we want to start first. Your profile and settings. So click on that icon. To you, it's probably going to be some first and last name, first letter and last letter, something like that. Click on it. You click on it, and then you see profile, personal settings. Click on profile. Click on profile. Click on profile. When you click on profile, it should bring you your profile. This is my profile. Your profile may be slightly empty because, again, this is your day one. You just got to the organization. For me, because I've been here, you can see I have the header image, which is my old logo. I have my profile picture right here. I've got my name here. I have my job title here. I have my department, I have my organization, I have my location and the time zone. And then you see the team that I belong to. These are the teams that I belong to. This is where I've worked, the project that I've worked on, and this is the thing that I've worked on. So for you, let's start first by updating your cover image. To update your cover image, just put your cursor on that cover image. And it'll show you something like this. And then when you click on that image right here, it will allow you to upload an image. You look for an image on your system. So I click upload an image. And then it says, oh, which image you want to upload? I'm going to just upload any image. Just any image. Any image. So right here, I just uploaded this IIBA Greater Philadelphia as my weather image. Then I want to update my profile picture. I click on the profile picture. When I put my cursor on it, you will see the camera icon. I click on the camera icon. It's asking me to change profile picture because I've got one there. For you, you probably will not see change, or you see maybe upload. So I'm going to change the picture that I have here. When I click on that, it says drag a picture and drop it here, or just do direct upload. So I'm going to click upload a photo. And then I go look for maybe a picture of mine. Let's see. I'm just going to look for any random picture. Okay, nice. So I'm going to try and use this picture that I think I like. Yeah. And I change it. So this is the picture. I can zoom it, I can adjust it as I want, but I'm just going to move it here. And I click upload. You see, so my picture has changed. Now let's go to the information. This here is your job title. Your job title. Click on it, and then you can update. So I'm going to just change mine to, let me see, business agility leader, something like that. The next one here is my department. Some organizations will have set it so that you only just need to choose. But I'm just going to say my department is business transformation. Business transformation. And then my organization is SixDots.io. My location, if you choose the location, the time zone is going to automatically be selected. So I'm going to leave it as Toronto. And then you save. All right. So we want to create teams. I want to add people to our teams and all of those things. Of course, the first place to go when you want to create teams is Teams itself. So you click on Teams, and then the drop down, you will see create a team, create a team. So click on create a team. When you click on create a team, every team must have a name. Everything has a name. I'm just going to say SixDots Pro. That's the team name. Don't choose my team name. Choose another name because no two teams can have the same name. So my team name is SixDots Pro. Choose your own team name. Then again, there's no I in team. Nobody says I am a team. The next is who should be in this team? Who are the people that you want to add to this team? He already has me because he automatically believes that I'm creating a team that I'm going to be part of. So I can leave that. Or if I'm creating this for another person or another team, then I'll take my name out. I can add 50 people at once. To add people, just look for their name. Again, please, all through this class, engage with only the people that you can see here. If there's anyone that you don't see here, don't engage with them. I tell you why. Once you mention them or add them or do anything, they're going to get an email. And you don't want someone who is in their house, not here, getting an email. And they're like, who is Anome and why is Anome adding me to a team? And they're going to call me like, Bola, what's happening? So I don't really want that to happen. I don't want to disturb them. I don't want them to disturb me. So only look for people here, their names. I mean, those are the people that you should engage with because they are also in the same situation as we are in. So I am going to just add Becky. Just type their names and it will bring it out. So Rebecca, you see, it shows. Lala Akins.
I went to.
Is it possible to just so that we're coordinated and I don't get like, if you want to just ask a question, like just raise your hand so that at times when I get interrupted, it just messes my flow. All right. Grace.
Hey, can we, how do we add people to our own team?
How do you what?
How do we choose people from the meeting here to add to our team?
Yes, exactly. Only engage with people that you see here. For example, you can see Adelby, just type Adelby, and you see Adelby.
Okay. All right.
Right, so you see Adelby OMO right here. So that's the only set of people that you should engage with. Don't engage with people whose name you don't see here, right? For, peace, privacy reason. Ajake, I see your hand.
Yes, please. So when we add people who are on this call now, what if you have multiple people in the same team? So probably I decide to add Grace, and Grace is being added by someone else.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, you can belong to 3 teams, right? You can belong to 4 teams.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oluwash, yeah, Oluwash, all right. So you can add up to 50 people, but I'm just going to add just this. If you can add 10, you can add 15, you can add 30, right? So I'm just going to leave it at this. Grace and Ajoke, Ajoke, I think I know you, right? I should know you. Okay.
Yes.
And all right, just lower your.
Sorry.
I don't think you have questions. Okay. Now, before you click create team, there's some access control that you can set. Membership controls. If you want people to randomly just join your team, just join your team for whatever reason, then you check this. If you want to have some control, if you don't want just anyone joining your team, which I will expect to be the case, then don't check this. Just leave it unchecked. And then you click on, create team. So I've created SixDots. Now, because I've created SixDots as a team, everyone that I had added here will get an email notification saying that, hey, Bola has added you to a team called SixDots. So even if you're not on the app, you get that email notification. Another thing that you will get when you're on the app is that notification in the bell icon. And when you click on the link in the email, it's just going to bring you to the team that I've just created, and you see the members. So let's test this. I'll pause the recording. So we have this member of these people as members of the team. Let's assume that Ajoke is exploring new opportunities outside of the organization. So Ajoke is no longer with our company. There's no need to still have Ajoke as part of the team. We need to remove Ajoke. How do we do that? Well, we go to the team itself, and then you see we put our cursor on Ajoke, and then you see the 3 dots right in front of that. Once you put the cursor on the name, you click on that 3 dots, and you see remove from team. So Ajoke has left the team. We now are a 9-member team. But let's assume that, hey, let's see. Victoria Ajibade has joined our organization as a replacement for Ajoke, and we need to add Victoria. The way that we add people to team, we just go to the team again. You see add people, you click on add people, and then it says, what's their name? Victoria, just look for it, Victoria Ajibade, and then just confirm. And now Victoria, welcome to the team. We can do a few more things in our team, apart from just adding and removing people. You see right here, this is the team name. Let's assume that after some time, we decided to change our team name from SixDots to SixDots. Does that mean we're going to have to close this and create a new one? No. We can just come to the team here, the team name, click on it, and then it allows us to change. So we've changed the team name, but nothing happens to the structure and the configuration. If we want to be a little bit fancy, we can put what the team is about here. The SixDots Gang is the team working on the SixDots app for the new market. And then we say yes. So when people chat the team, they know who is part of the team and what the team is about. Another thing that we can do on this team is to upload the header image. I'm just going to go ahead and upload an image, just to see how that looks. So I have this picture that I took while I was in South Africa last year. I'm just going to put a picture in. Okay, well, you have to believe that that's me in the middle. But anyways, so I have that thing. So we've set up our team, we've updated our profile, everything is looking good. Now let's get some work done. We're going to create projects. To create project, of course, you go to projects, go to project right here, click on projects, and then you will see the last item on the drop down. The last item on the drop down is create project. Create project. Click on that. Is everybody here now? Project templates.
Yes, but I only have 2 options rather than 3. Is it fine?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Let's choose software development. I want to explain something. Software development in project template by the left-hand side. Software development. We can either use Kanban or Scrum or some cross-team planning. This is premium. Top-level planning. This is premium as well. And a couple of other things, right? Or maybe this is just bug tracking. Let's start with Scrum. So you select Scrum. Select Scrum. You select Scrum. When you select Scrum, it's going to ask you, it's going to give you information about what you're getting into. You're saying, hey, this Scrum template that you want to use, you'll be able to plan upcoming work in your backlog. You'll be able to organize your work in sprints. You'll also be able to do some velocity tracking for your team, just letting you know, are you good? Also, on this stuff, you will have issue types like epic, like stories, like bug, tasks, subtasks. Your traditional workflow will be to do in progress done. If you are fine with that, then you just choose use templates. Use templates. Let's click on use templates. So we have chosen our project template, which is Scrum. The next one is the project type. There are 2 types, Florence Marie. Marie.
Yes, sorry to disturb you. I have put a message of what I'm seeing currently when I press the project and I go to create project. This is what I'm seeing.
All right, so let me see what you are seeing. I am opening it right now. Name of project, list existing work. I think you were probably in the wrong. You're probably in the wrong.
You need to go back to Jira.
Yes, you need to go back to Jira. Looks like you're creating this from maybe Atlassian or some other. Sorry, not Atlassian, Atlas. You need to go back to Jira. Are you able to? There are 2 types of project, and it's all just management, right? There's a team managed project, and there's the company managed project. Now, the difference between this is just the level of control and the abundance of functionalities that you have in each of the project type. For a team controlled, easy to set up, not a lot of functionality. Matter of fact, you have just essential reporting. For a company managed, you got expert configuration. You have detailed permission scheme. You have comprehensive reporting. I like to learn everything and then decide which one I need. So we will choose company managed project. So you click on select a company managed project. So once you select a company managed project, it will be time to now personalize your project, personalizing your project. And that means giving the project a name. So I'm going to give my project name class master. Nobody should copy my project name. Choose your own project name, class master. Class master. Because I don't want to use master class. Our class master, Jira. Once you put the project name, you will see something that's auto-generated. It's called key. Key, project key, is a unique identifier. It's something that distinguishes this project from every other project. It's something that distinguishes things about this project from things about other projects. The same way all of us have names and surnames. The default is if you have 2 or more words on for your project name, you're just going to pick the first letter of each word. That's why it's saying CJ. But I can change it. So instead of CJ, just call it Jira. Now we say this. Project Jira 101 uses this key. So I'm just going to say masterclass. Oh, HOPS masterclass uses this. I'm just going to say class. Okay, this is good. So class is good. I'm changing it to class. Leave this share settings with existing project. Leave it. If you check it, it's going to ask you to choose an existing project, and it's going to bring all the settings of that project and it's going to add it to this one. And that's not what we want to do. So you click on next. Once you click on next, we have our project. But before that, it's saying, hey, there's a conference page. Do you want to link it to this? I was like, no, I don't really want to. So I just click on continue. And now I have my project. I have my project, albeit empty. Albeit empty. All right, so this is my project. It's called, you can see and reference your own too. It's called Class Master Jira. That's the project name that I created. And you see the planning, where you can do planning. That's what we're going to work on extensively. After planning, you see development. This is for the people who are doing development, so you can see code, release, XYZ. But for us, we're going to be in planning. We're going to be in planning. We're going to do a lot of planning work. The first thing that you see under planning is timeline. Timeline, you just give it like a view of the work that you're going to be doing. You can have in days, in weeks, in quarters, and in months. After that, you see backlog. Backlog. I mean, from the word backlog, everything that you want to do, you put in the backlog is a log of the things that you have behind that you have to bring forward. Backlog. It's empty right now. You can see your backlog is empty. In Agile, we use, not I don't know, but in Agile, we use more of an iterative approach to deliver the project. That iterative way of working in Scrum is called sprints. Every active sprint will be shown here. So when I click on active sprint, you see I don't have anything because there's no sprint that is active right now. You see calendar that, can show you what you have and the people and the status and all of those things. Report, we're going to look at report extensively, but we need some data to be able to see the report. So I will scroll down, and the last item by the left-hand pane is project settings. Project settings. So let's do some settings on our project. So you click on project settings. You click on project settings. Under project setting, you see details. And the details will show you a view of the information within the details menu. Details include the icon, the name of the project, the key, the category, the project lead. The project lead is the person that created the project. The description of the project, the default assignees. Let's make some modification. Let's assume that somehow, during the course of the project, we realize that there is the same product. There's another product that just hit the market that has the same name as our project. So we want to change the project name. We don't have to delete this and go and change. So we can just come to project settings, details, and we'll just change this. I'm going to say class Jira. So I've changed the project name. The logo here is the default boring logo. Let's assume that we have a logo for the project. I can put the logo here. To do that, I'll just click on change icon. Click on the change icon. It has yet another set of boring icons, but I want to actually upload a photo. So I click on upload a photo. Oh, you can actually drag the photo and drop it here. But I'm just going to click on upload a photo. And then I'll go look for a picture from my local. And then I will put that here. So this is the picture that's going to come in. And then I change it here. So I have a logo of the picture here. You're going to see what will happen once I save this right here. I want to retain the key as, class. The description, let's put some things in the description. Let's assume that we've created a URL, a website for this. We can just put the URL as www.SixDots.io. But it's saying that, oh, your website should have HTTPS, which I agree. All right, so we have that. I want to put description here. What's this project about? I click on the empty field in description and it opens to me a text box that I can write on. So I say the class Jira project aims to improve professionals' competency on the use of agile tools such as Jira and Miro, something like that. I can do some editing. Like, for example, improve professional competency. I can make it bold. Such as Jira and Miro, I can italicize that. I can say learning objectives, and I can make that, bullet points. Bullets. Number one, become familiar with team and team configuration. 2, track and report progress within team, project, and organization. 3, improve collaboration between teams, something like that, right? Oh, you know what? I don't like bullet points. I want to change it to number. I just click on it. I come here and I say number. So 3 learning objectives. And then the project lead is the person who created the project. And then default assignee. So default assignee is the person that will be automatically assigned for any and everything that's created on this project. And we don't want that because this project is not going to be done by just one person. It's going to be done by a team. And the team will decide on who works on what. So we're going to leave this as unassigned. And then I'll click on save. So all of us will be able to do that. Now, when I go back to my project, you see it's changed from master class to Jira, class Jira. The picture has changed as well. Any question? The way that, the way that Jira works is in terms of work hierarchy. No, I'm not sharing the recording. I mentioned that earlier because of, like folks' data that I'm showing right here. So, the way Jira works in terms of the work hierarchy is you have the project itself right here, and then you break the project into bigger capabilities called epics. Epics, like the big work. Epics. And then the epics are broken down into user stories, user stories, user stories, user stories, user stories. And then you can break user stories into subtasks and all of that. So this is the work hierarchy. This is the structuring of the work that we do. For this project, it's a Jira class. Jira class, for example, that's the project. We can break it into registration. We can break this into onboarding. We can break this into class management, and then we can break this into tooling. For example, I'm just using this as an example, right? So these are the really big functionalities. Now, these big functionalities can then be broken down into smaller pieces. Those smaller pieces are called user stories, the smallest form of value that we can deliver. For example, I want to view the link, the registration link. I want to register. I want to get notification of confirmation. I want to get notification a few hours before the class. I want to change my registration. These are now going to be like the user story, the smallest piece of work, the smallest sort of value that the users want to receive or want to get from the work. So the first thing that we will do is to create what's called epics. I will go to my backlog, because it's my backlog that I put all the work that I'm going to be doing. It's in the backlog. Anything that you have in the backlog shows the opportunities that the team will have to deliver. If it's not in the backlog, then it's not going to get done, because the backlog is where people take work from. So let's start by creating epics. When you click on your backlog, you will see backlog 0 issues, this 1, 2, 0. But at the top of that, you will see epics. You see epics right here. Click on epics. It's showing your project has no epic. And then click on this show epic panel. Show epic panel. Click on epic. Activate show epic panel. Now, this is where we can now start creating the epic. So I click on create epic, and I give it an epic name. This is the summary right here. I just say registration. And then I click create. So it has created registration. I'm going to edit it. I made a. I'll click another one. I'll say onboarding. Now, because I want to create multiple, instead of just putting the onboarding as the epic name and clicking create, at the footer to the left-hand side, you see a checkbox which creates another. What this does is when you check it and click on create, we will create this onboarding and it will retain this page, this view for you so that you can create another one instead of having to click create epic again. So let's try that. I've done onboarding and I click create. Now you see the onboarding has been created and it still retains this for me. I mean, just to make me a bit more efficient and save time, I'll click say teaching, for example, and I'll check this. Now click. So I've created 3 epics. You see registration, onboarding, teaching. Registration, onboarding, teaching. Please go back. How do we create epics? You click on backlog from your project backlog, and at the top right here, you see epic. When you click on the epic, it will show you a toggle button. Click on the toggle, And then you'll be able to see this panel to create epic. So I'm going to take a pause. So let's start creating user stories. There are two ways that we can create user stories. We can create user stories right from the epics, or we can just create them directly in the backlog. I'm going to start first with directly in the backlog. So you see backlog, and it shows my backlog is empty. Is it possible to delete an epic? Yes. I'll get into that in a minute. So my backlog is empty, you see. Now, below that, you see create issue. Create issue. Everything on Jira is called issue, the generic name. Now we now have issue types. Issue types. So you click on create issue, and then it automatically opens a text box, ish, to you. And you see a cursor blinking in the text box. And it's saying, what needs to be done? This is where you can now start creating your story. So I'm going to start as an attendee. I want to view the registration link so I can register. The same way you guys were asking Becky, oh, can you share me the registration link? What's the registration link? That's one of the things that you want to do. So I put this and I still click on enter. Now it has changed from 0 issue to 1 issue. As an admin, I want to generate registration link so I can share with the audience. As an attendee, I want to register for the event so I can attend. As an attendee, I want to get registration confirmation email so I am certain my registration was successful. I'm just typing jaga jaga because of time. And as an admin, I want to view registered participants so I can do that, something like that, right? As a host, I want to admit people into class so they can participate in all of those things. So now I've created 6 user stories. Can you see something about the user story? It starts with class and a serial number. That class is the key, is what tells anybody and everybody that this user story belongs to this project. And then the serial number. So these are called user stories. You can see the green and the white icon. Let's assume we want to create a bug. Maybe we've done something and it didn't quite work well. You know, the same way that I didn't get an email or something like that. Again, it's an issue. We click on create an issue, but instead of making it a user story, we're going to go and make it a bug. Now, how do we do that? You see the cursor that is blinking right there? To the left of that cursor, you see a drop down, a funny V shape right here. Right here. My cursor is on it and it's telling me this is a story. When I click on that V icon, it opens other types of issues for me. And I'm going to choose bug. So I click on bug and I say, for example, the link is not clickable. Ensure it's clickable. You know, just as some people were sending myself and Becky an email that we can't click the link. And I just copy it. All right. So this is a bug. So we've created that. So you've seen all these 7 stories. We've created all these 7 stories, right? We've created 3 epics, 7 stories. Like we said, there's a relation, right? From big to small. Registration is a big capability, is a big functionality. There's so many user stories in code, so many tasks. Don't think about them as tasks. So many smallest value that we can deliver on users on registration. For example, I want to view the registration link. That's part of registration. I want to generate registration link. That's part of registration. I want to register. That's part of registration. How do we establish the relationship? We map the user stories to the epic. There are 2 ways to do that. One is to literally just drag the user story into the corresponding epic. Just watch me. This class 4 story belongs to registration epic, right? So I'll drag it and I'll go and drop it right in the registration epic. Once I do that, we automatically maps it to the epic. Let me refresh. It automatically maps it to the epic right here, so you can see. I'm sure the view. So you can see. That's one way. I'll do the same thing for the second one. Drag it and go and drop it in. And there you see. The second way is literally when you put your cursor on the user story, right here in front of it, you see add epic. Add epic. When you click on the plus add epic, and then you can just choose the epic, which is registration. This one, I want to admit people, this is say teaching. Teaching. This one, I want to view, let's say this is onboarding. Let's just say this onboarding. I want to get registration email. Let's just put it as, teaching. So what I've done is I've mapped the epics to their corresponding user stories. The next thing that we're going to do is to make some edits on the epics. Look at this, registration, I made a mistake. I want to change that. How do I do that? I expand the epic. You see the epic? You expand the epic. You see the epic's key is class 1. We have 3 issues. You have not completed anything from this epic. And then you see view issues, view issues, view issues. When you click on view issues, it opens the pane of that issue to you right here. So you can see to the right-hand side. And then I can now edit it. Registration. And I say yes. I can also even change the color from dark gray to maybe yellow. So that's how I can edit epics. Let's quickly edit user stories or update user stories. I'm going to start with the second one, class 5. You can choose anyone. When you click on the story, when you click on the user story, it opens a pane to you by the right. Right here is the story itself. As an admin, I want to generate registration link. I want to correct this. Instead of saying generate, I say I want to create links for registration. So I just click on it and I say I edit this. I want to create link for registration so I can share with the audience. I then save it, and that's automatically corrected. Below it, below the user story name, you see add, ADD. There's so many things that we can add to this user story. For example, we can add a picture. We can add an attachment. We can add a subtask. We can add a link. We can do so many things to this user story. Let's start. I click on the add, and it says, what do you want to add? There's so many things that you can add here. Well, let's start first with an attachment. Let's assume that we have a document, or we have a picture, or we have a process flow for how this is done. I want to add it so that the people that are working on it can see. I just click on attachment. And then I will go to my system and look for that attachment. And then that's what I will add. So let's see what I can add here. 6666, okay, great. So I'm going to add my certificate here. So I've added a PDF to this, and it's coming up. You will see it very soon. So I've added it. It's generating it right here. So I've added a PDF of my Safe Program Consultant. I can add other things like a subtask, like breaking down this work into smaller tasks. I click on subtask, and then I can say, create bit.ly link. That's a subtask. Create Zoom email, Zoom meeting. That's another subtask. Update Zoom meeting settings. That's another task. Configure link using bit.ly. That's another task. So these are the subtasks that I'm going to complete to be able to make this link available. So you can see I've added subtasks by just clicking on this plus. Another thing that I can add is maybe a web link. Let's assume that there is a web link that's associated with this. I just click on web link, and then I say the URL is https www.sixdots.io, https. And then what is this about? The landing page. And then I just, so anybody that comes to this user story will see the subtask, will see the attachment, and will see the landing page. And when they click on the landing page, it takes them to that URL. Another thing that I can do as part of updating this, refining it, can put some description in here, some description. For example, my acceptance criteria. I can put that right here under description. So I click on it. And when I click on it again, it opens a text box to me, a text box. And I can say, acceptance. Oh my God. acceptance criteria, 1, link must have HTTPS. Link must be unique and descriptive. Link should be clickable without numbers. Meeting should run for at least 2 hours. So I've created the acceptance criteria. I can create it in whatever form, but I'm just creating it as a bullet point. And then I click on save. Anybody that comes and opens this user story will see all of these details that I'm adding. I can assign it to people. This is how I assign work. You see, assignee is currently unassigned because nobody has been assigned to this work yet. So I click on unassigned, and then I choose Adeola Aderoju and assign it to Adeola. Guess what's going to happen? Adeola is going to get a notification, an email, and an in-app notification that Bola has assigned this work to her. And she can click on it and come right here. A few other things, I can add priority, say, okay, this is highest, I can do that. I can add like story points and a couple of other things. Now, once you can do for 1, you can do for 10, you can do for 100. That is not here is not here. The arrangement here is the arrangement here. Everybody's working from here. We don't want just anyone to be able to delete stuff. So there's some control that's been put in it. For example, click on a user story. Click on a user story. And at the top of the user story, you see these 3 dots. It's called action. You see the 3 dots. It's called action. Click on it. You don't see delete. You don't see delete, right? You see log, flag, move, clone, and all. Now, how do you get to delete? Well, we will add people as administrators, and they're the ones that will be able to delete. So how to add administrators? You go to your project settings. Project settings. So come to project settings. The same place where we change the picture and the project name. And then details, summary, then you see people. Click on people. Click on people. On people. Click on people. At the top right-hand side of that page, you see add people. Add people. So you click on add people. And then put the person's name. Voila. And then it's going to ask you for their role. And this is where we have that control. So if you click on choose role, you see administrator, service desk customer, service desk team. Choose administrator. It is the administrators that can delete. And then you click add 1 person. Now, when you go back to your projects and you try to delete, you'll then be able to delete. So click on backlog, for example, depending on what you want to delete. If it's an epic, just click on the epic, click on view details, and then you see those 3 dots. You see these 3 dots, Click on the 3 dots, and then the delete will show up. Remember, I wasn't showing up when I was not an admin on this project. So delete, we then show up. The reason is because we don't want people to just go and mistakenly delete work that we have to. Again, if it's not in the backlog, we're not going to get it done because it's from the backlog that we pick the work that we're going to be doing. It's also good because the backlog is prioritized. We work from the top of the backlog. Now imagine someone has put something at the top of the backlog, and before it's time to work, someone else goes and deletes that thing. It makes it really, really, really uncool. So we restrict that kind of permission to only a set of people. You are able to add people as admin because I've made you trusted users. In some organizations, not anybody can add people and make them admin. So any questions so far? We have just about 8 more minutes. So it's time to do sprint planning, and they've got it here. In front of their backlog, you will see create sprints, create sprints. You click on create sprints. And it shows class sprint 1, class sprint 1. The way people work is they move items from the top of the backlog into their sprints. Like the work that they want to do in the next, say, 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever the cadence of their sprint is, they move it to the sprint, and they move it from the top of the backlog. Again, there are 2 ways that we can move things from the backlog to the sprint. You can literally just drag and go and drop it there. Drag and go and drop it there. Like drag the issue from the top of the backlog and drop it here. Or you can just click on it, right click, and then you see move work item. When you right click, he opens this for you. Move work item to class sprint 1. Right click. The first one is move work item, and there's options to class sprint 1. So as I was moving the issues from the backlog into the sprint, I don't know if you noticed, but there were some counters here. The first one was issue counter, and the second was estimates. Issue counter was on the number of issues that I was moving, that was getting into the sprint backlog. And then the estimate is the summation of the story points. So let's assume that we just have enough capacity for this estimate, 11 story points. Now it's time to start our sprint. And you see at the top here, start sprint. Click on start sprint. You can choose your sprint duration, either 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or custom. Custom is you can choose the start and the end dates. If you were to choose any of these predefined, say 1 week, for example, it will only give you the opportunity to choose the start date. The end date will be automatically calculated. Again, because you're saying 1 day, 1 week. It's class sprint 1, and then I'll put the sprint goal here, whatever the sprint goal is. I'll put that here. And I'll say start sprint. Now I can see something in my active sprint. Now I can see something in my active sprint. Let's assume that my sprint has started. You can see the goal is whatever the sprint goal is right here. I have 5 days remaining in the sprint because I'm choosing 1 week. So 5 days remaining. And this is the work that I have to do, in progress, done. Let's assume that I have started working on creating the bit.ly link. I just move it to in progress. I just move it to in progress. And it shows that in progress. I can also put some comments on that work item. I click on it, and then it opens the details about it. But then I'll scroll down, and you see comments. And then I can put comments in to say, this has been created. Kindly review. And I can put the link bit.ly/SixDots tools. And who do I want to review this? Well, I can tag them. I say Adela. Okay, Adela, they will do. Please check. And then I save. When I save, Adela is going to get an email. Only while you haven't seen yourself. I see your hand. Do you have a question? If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Hello?
Okay, now I can hear you. I think that,
The Kanban screen.
say that again.
I think I should just type because I'm not hearing you.
Okay, you can just type. There'll be.
It's more of a comment, really. I've just because I've started the sprint, and I've also noticed that, like, just underneath the to do the what's it called, the task I've moved to to-do list. Just underneath it says create issues, so we can also create issues from there as well, I suppose.
No, so from car agile / Scrum, once you start your sprint, you don't add anything that will impact on the goal. You can add issues like tasks, you can add issues like subtasks, but don't add
A new goal that would,
yes, exactly.
yeah,
Mess up the
yeah,
goal.
that would mess up the sprint goal. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's fine. Thank you.
Sure thing. All right. So Adiola, you must have gotten an email or a notification about this. Kindly put a comment to say, yes, you've checked it, and then please help move to done. This bit.ly. I can't see anything on my active sprint. If you have started a sprint, then you should see it on your active sprint. If you can't see, then it means that you have not started the sprint. Adiola is voila. All right, nice. So Adiola just confirmed. Oh, there's so many Adiolas here. Now, Adiola Aderoju just confirmed that she's done what it is. So let's see.
It's Adiola Isuola that said I can't see anything in my active sprint. I don't know what is happening. My system, I don't understand, because I've moved them to, like, I've moved to sprint 1, and I can't see. There is no estimate. It's just showing 2 what's it called? 2 issues, but no estimates. I don't know why.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to take a look at that because of our time and because of a few other things. Otherwise, it's just going to get us stuck in the middle here. But Adiola Aderoju, did you say you made a comment to this create.ly link? Okay. So let's assume that this is done, then we just move it to done, and then it shows that this part of the work is done. And that's how teams collaborate, they work together, they put comments, they track, and then once they are done, they move the work to done. Everybody sees what's going on, everybody sees the issue that they're working on, the status, and the comments. Okay. 4 more minutes. So I've got 4 more minutes. Let's assume that this story, you know what? Let me quickly move this thing to done. I'm going to just move this to done. I'm going to just move this to done. So let's assume that we're done with our sprints. We want to close it. I'm just going to come here and click on complete sprints. But before that, there are a few other things that we can do to our sprint backlog. Like, can add another column, we can rearrange it, we can change all of these things. But I wanted 2 hours. We're on the second half of the 3rd hour, and because myself and Adela and some other people have a class at 2 p.m., I will need like 30 minutes to rest and grab something. So I'm going to wrap it up here. So I have some stuff for you. I have like a couple of classes that we're starting very soon. Like, this is our first anniversary, from 24th to Monday. We're going into the second year, and we have some courses. Again, we're all about empowering and transforming careers. So this is our calendar. We have a Safe Scrum Master that is starting on the 1st of March, 100% pass rates. This is starting on the 1st of March. It's for 6 days. We've decided to spread it across just 6 days, 2 hours per day. And at the end of the 6 days, people write their exam and then they pass. So this is starting on the 1st of March. You can go to SixDots.io/SSM to read more and register. Then we have the PMP certification boot camp. That's starting on the 10th. So this runs for 7 weeks, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. 6 p.m. Eastern time to 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. We cover PMP, curriculum, project management. There's also a capstone project where you get to do some work as well. This is starting on the 10th. You can check out SixDots.io/PMP. We have a Safe POPM, product owner, product manager. That's also starting on the 10th. Again, this is another 6-day, Monday to Saturday kind of class starting on the 10th. SixDots.io/POPM. We have a CBAP for business analyst, the certification, the highest certification in business analysis by the most recognized organization. An interesting thing, there are less than 40,000 people in the world that have this certification, so it's that regarded. This one is starting on the 18th, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. You can check it out at SixDots.io/CBAP. We have a project management immersion program. This is hands-on practical project management immersion program. This is starting on the 22nd of March. You can look at that, PMIP. The Agile Immersion Program, so you remember this course, this training, this is just like a tiny bit of what we cover in the Agile Immersion Program. The Agile Immersion Program is 7 weeks, every day, Monday to Saturday, every day for 7 weeks. We're going to look at Agile, we're going to look at Scrum, Kanban, Lean, we look at Jira, we look at Conference, we look at Miro, we look at Trello. We work on a real life project, not capstone, not assignment, real life project. We run sprints, sprint planning, everything that you typically will find within an Agile project management space. We do that in the Agile Immersion Program. For the project management, everything that a project manager will do, we're going to do that in here. We have a product management accelerator that's starting, on the 2nd of April. Thank God it's not April 1st. 2nd of April, SixDots.io/PMA. And then the business analysis immersion program, hands-on practical business analysis. We start with the foundational concepts, more hands-on, more participatory, and then we look at tools like Visio, like Figma. We look at Jira as well. And then we work on a real-life project, playing business analysis, performing business analysis functions. That starts on the 12th of April. Visit www.sixdots.io/BAIP. Because this is our first anniversary, and for the people who are attending this, myself and so the Agile DevOps is not part of what we include in the Agile Immersion Program. Again, if you have, trust me, I've used Agile DevOps with some of our clients. If you can use Jira, you can use a lot of other Agile tools. So Agile DevOps board, ADO board, is the same thing. It's the same construct. It's the same design construct. But this is Jira, Conference, and Trello. Now we have an offer, a limited offer for just folks here. Again, like I said, this thing is not going out. We're offering, I was talking to Rebecca, my colleague, we're talking of discount, and she says, oh, it would be cool if you can give quote, 20% off of any of these first time, 20%. I think we're gonna run this for maybe just the next 1 week each. After 1 week, the code will not be active again. When you go to the website, when you click on any course, and you choose the course, for example, say Scrum Master, you click checkout or pay or register. If you put in the code 6.20, 6.20 in, you'll get 20% discount. The price points are already discounted, very good, but extending yet another 20% discount, you don't get this anywhere. Any question? Oh, you can also join us on join our, I think there should be comprehensive training on these tools. Okay, so here's the deal. So we started this. If you're interested in actually the tools, practical agile tools, we can run, this is going to be 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, practical agile tools, Jira, Confluence, Miro, Trello, those 4 tools for 2 weeks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We can run that. I'll send an email to everyone now. I can run that. I think of the price point, something that's not going to break your bank or break your back. I can run that for whoever is interested. It's just going to be 2 weeks. And you also have 2 months access to the tools, to Jira, to Confluence. And then, of course, because of your class, I provide like 1 month access to the recording so that you can while you're practicing, even after the class, So I'll send an email. I'll talk to Rebecca. We'll come up with what the price point should be for that, for those who are interested. Because I see Mr. Ige Ogunlade will say there should be a comprehensive training on this, and I agree. There's so much that we can cover that we have not even got into. Guys, please connect with us on socials. My colleague. I would like more training on the tools. Okay, I'm getting a lot of people messaging me. Connect with us on socials, on LinkedIn. My colleague has sent it in. On Instagram, my colleague has sent it in. Just connect with us and see a lot of the things that we have to offer. SixDots is not just a training. Is the tool not part of the immersion program? Yes, the tool is part of the immersion program, totally. There are some people who say, I have the certification, I just want to learn the tool. So that's why there may be like that tool aspect of it. All righty. Follow us on IG, follow us on X or Twitter, connect with us on LinkedIn. You can also join our community. We have a WhatsApp community. We plan to continue to have a lot of these sessions. A lot of them will be just for the community. But I want to say a very big thank you. Awesome. Thanks for those who follow. Yeah, there's so much. Like I planned this for 2 hours, and this is like 2.5 hours. There's so much that we can do in 2.5 hours. Actually, this is responding to you, Adela Ishwala. I want to say thank you to everyone who joined, who participated. I hope that you got something out of this that you can use to kickstart. I want to say a very big thank you to my colleague Rebecca, who was in the background doing a lot of the coordination and collaboration. Thank you, everyone. I hope that you get some value, and I hope to see you in any of our additional classes. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, your afternoon, or your day. Bye for now.